Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror.
So today we're here to do our review on The Conjuring Last Rites.
So this is the final case of Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Mm-hmm.
They've called this the ending of the Conjuring main timeline. I call bullshit. But this is the end of this timeline.
I mean, yeah, the way we'll obviously get into
we'll talk
the
about
spoilers, but it was pretty cut and dry ending.
Yes. So we're going to tell you guys about the positives, the negatives, and then we are going to be spoiling the film. But for now, let's get into the positives.
So some of the positives, the cast is great. Patrick Wilson, he's amazing. Vera Farmiga, she is so good. Like their chemistry together, it's just, if you go for nothing else, go for those two. Right. Like they're great. And the rest of the cast is amazing too, don't get me wrong. But those two, I love their chemistry.
Friend of the channel as well, Stephen Coulter.
Yeah, Stephen Coulter.
Steals the show every time.
He's
love the
awesome.
Guy. We've been so lucky to be able to work with him, and
just a great, this like rounded.
He's such a great guy, and he's an amazing actor. So very good to see him again. This to me is probably the most emotional movie in the main Conjuring timeline. There was a couple times, I was getting a little misty-eyed.
I looked over and was like,
had to clean it up a little bit.
Are you crying? Because I knew I was.
I was, totally.
Yeah,
so there's a couple of very emotional parts throughout this movie.
Definitely has a lot of emotion in it.
And with me being the big softie, I like the emotional stuff, so that got me.
And there's also a lot of cool Easter eggs. You have Annabelle, the nun, and a lot of our old characters from the previous Conjuring. So that was really, really cool to see them.
And this is easily the bloodiest in the franchise.
Yeah, which can also be one of the negatives. But we'll talk about that when we get to the negatives.
Right, but yeah, this is definitely the bloodiest one in the Conjuring main timeline for sure. So those are some of our spoiler-free positives. Now, let's get into the negatives of The Conjuring Last Rites.
So some of our negatives, CGI, there was, okay, for example, the blood CGI looks like shit. I fucking hate blood CGI so much.
The lady,
yeah, but she was like overdone or something. I don't know. She was creepy, but it was like almost like over the top. Like
we made the meme about it.
Yeah.
But man, I thought maybe they were going to clean it up for the movie.
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
No.
That CGI that's how really the direction they went.
The mirror, when it's spinning, that looks horrible. There's just, a lot of the CGI just looks like crap.
And it's a lot of the same. This is the worst case they ever experienced.
Yeah.
See why this was the last case they ever had. Like the shit that we've already heard before. Nothing here really brought anything new to the table.
Yeah, and this movie is long as shit, and there are some it's slowly moving and just like drawn out scenes of just a character looking around the room for fucking ever, them making eggs and pancakes. Like there's a lot of scenes that I don't know, I felt like
for a 2-hour and 15-minute movie,
we could have cut some of that shit.
On the way there, we already knew. We were like, no Conjuring movie should be over an hour and 45.
No.
That's tops. And so Michael Chavez, we knew he was directing, and he tries to go the extra mile with cinematography, and it did not land in this one.
No, it's like this is a Conjuring movie. Like you're supposed to be scaring us, and we're looking around a room for 2 minutes. Right. Why?
And this movie's very dark, literally.
Literally dark.
Like
if you watched it in the daylight, you wouldn't be able to see nothing.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of, and it's dark to the point to where it's annoying. It's annoyingly dark, and we're not talking about like dark themed. We're talking about visually dark.
Right.
Like it's hard to see at certain scenes, and it makes it not an enjoyable watch.
Yeah, so like I said before, with like the slow moving, there's just parts where you're just kind of bored, and you should not be bored during a Conjuring movie. Like that's
this is the
one
only
thing.
Conjuring movie in the main timeline that I was bored to tears at certain points. Even though we weren't the biggest fans of The Devil Made Me Do It, I think I was never bored during that movie. This movie, there were points where I was genuinely bored. Like, and it's Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga. I'm like, what is happening here? So those are some of our spoiler-free negatives. But now, guys, we are going to be spoiling the film. So if you haven't seen it, please go check it out and gauge for yourself, and then come back and watch our spoilers.
So we are going to spoil things now, guys. The movie, it starts with a young Ed and Lorraine. They're talking to this woman about her dad that unlived himself.
We see that scene too.
Yeah.
Her finding her dad unalived.
And he was like hearing things, seeing things, and she thought it was just because he was old. And after he did unalive himself, this is when she started to feel this presence.
Right. So Lorraine, she's pregnant. Mm-hmm. She goes and she finds this mirror that is haunted.
Yeah.
And she touches it, and like she sees visions of the future.
And it like cracks right where she touches it.
And she goes into labor, like a
Yeah,
forced.
so she was
She wasn't ready to go into labor. Like she was pregnant, but
she was early.
Right.
Meaning the baby was not, fully developed.
Mm-hmm.
So when they
rush to the hospital.
Yeah, and they're in there, and the baby ends up being stillborn. And instead of the doctor sternal rubbing, they did sternal rubber, but that's about all they did for her. How about we neopuff the baby? How about we do anything?
Which is totally what I was saying during the movie.
Well, they didn't. And she was like, give me my baby. Lorraine says, give me my baby. And she's holding, and she's just praying, like, please bring her back. Please bring her back. So,
back?
Yeah. I mean, good for them. I haven't seen that happen before, but I'd be neopuffing that baby.
Right. So the Smurl family is who we kind of focus on in this. They get the mirror for one of the kids. The grandparents do. Mm-hmm. That way she can do the makeup all by herself. She doesn't have to wait for the bathroom because it's a huge line for the bathroom. And it's for her confirmation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And right when they do, a light in the kitchen falls and crashes in the middle of the room, which was a pretty cool scene. One of the daughters gets cut in the head.
Yeah.
It was a cool scene to see.
Ed and Lorraine, they are no longer like doing any of the paranormal stuff because Ed had a heart attack, and
you remember, and the devil made me do it.
So his heart just can't take it anymore, so they quit. They're no longer doing that.
Mm-hmm. And in this movie, we really focus on the fact that Judy has visions as well.
Yes.
She really got it was passed down from Lorraine to her. Lorraine teaches her a poem. I can't remember what the poem was. Something about Betty
something
with
about
a box. Pocket
full.
And you're not here.
Yeah, like it's pretty much to like make the spirits go away. Right. Like I'm blacking you out. You don't exist. Right. So the Smurl girls, they end up taking this creepy ass mirror. It's got like little babies on the top of it, and they
apparently one of them looks like her.
Yeah, that's what the grandma said, and it really pissed her off. But I do like the sister bond. Like it's super real.
Totally, yes. Like they jab at each other.
Yeah.
But when shit goes down, they have each other's back.
Yeah, it's very real.
Very real.
So they take this creepy ass mirror to the trash, and the trash takes it and like crushes the mirror. And this is when the oldest sister just starts like vomiting up blood and like pieces of glass. And
it's kind of intercut with the garbage truck crushing the mirror and then her vomiting up pieces of the mirror.
Getting nauseous and then vomiting. Yeah. All over her family. Like, get to the toilet.
Oh, I'm going to smack the shit out of her.
Rude.
So we also meet
She's
Tony.
Sick.
Or Tommy, however you want to call him.
His name is Tony. Okay, dad mode, like calling him by the wrong name.
Which is so funny because I want to deviate.
It's such a dad thing to do.
I want to deviate from the script real quick. When I saw him when we're in the movie and he's talking and stuff, I leaned over to Ashley. I was like, I don't trust him.
I was like,
about him I don't like.
It's your dad shit coming out now.
It was.
It totally was.
Well, he proposes to Judy at Ed's birthday party, and she accepts.
This is where Ken got teary-eyed. I knew he was crying because at first, like,
Ed was like,
this is my daughter. You know what we do, like how important she is, and like you guys have only known each other for 6 months.
Like, I get that she's your fiance, but she's my little girl.
Yeah, for sure. And so Ken got a little teary-eyed thinking about his little baby.
I do love my little girls very, very much, and I am very protective, and I understand where Ed was coming from.
I knew you did. So Judy, she's in the fitting room, and she's trying on her dress, and she's in front of the mirror, and this is such a great, like, intense had seen, but it was ruined because we knew what was going to happen. We seen it in the trailer.
They should not have shown this in the trailer.
No, like I really loved the play on mirrors. Gave me like Poltergeist 3 feel.
If you were going to show that part in the trailer, show the dumb fucking old lady that happens in this part, not the part with the fucking tapping on it, because that was creepy as shit.
I love the play on mirrors for sure.
So Father Gordon, Stephen Coulter, he goes to see the Smurls, and he's like, I'm going to help you. There's something here. And he goes to try to get help, but the demon possesses him, and he unalives himself. And I was fucking furious.
He was so mad
that
they took him out.
Oh, like, hell no. Anyone else could have gone. That would have been fine. Not Stephen Coulter. You do not kill Stephen Coulter. Like that should have been axed out the writing table. Nope. He lives.
Well, it didn't happen.
It did not, and I was very upset. Steven, I fought for you, man. I love you, buddy.
I fought for you.
I was very pissed that you went out.
He was mad. He did the whole...
I was like, this is bullshit.
So Judy, she ends up asking at Father Gordon's funeral, like, what was he doing?
Where was he at?
Yeah, where was he at? And she kind of does a little research and finds out that he was there to help the Smurl family. So
at the funeral, she touches the casket.
Yeah.
And she gets a vision, so she knows that he did not unalive himself. Right. Everybody else is under the impression that he did. He didn't. The demon took over control and did it, controlling his body.
So
Stephen Coulter would never do no bullshit like that.
Tony tells on her, and Ed and Lorraine go to get her.
So Tony, he quit being a cop. And again, I'm going to break the fourth wall. Do you want to explain this part? Because I was taking a piss when this happened. And I can't explain it as well as you can.
So Tony pretty much was a cop. They went to break up a domestic, and the guy pointed a rifle at him, and it was loaded, and it misfired, like it didn't shoot him. And that's when he realized, like, I could have been dead, and I would have. This is like an emotional like talk that he was having with Ed, like, and I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be able to marry your daughter. And this is, I think, when Ed finally like lets down his walls a little bit with Tony.
Okay,
like
he loves my daughter.
Like he obviously really loves my daughter, and he is a good guy.
And I guess I gotta trust him too. So we find out that there's 3 different spirits in the Smurl house.
Yeah.
This used to be a farmhouse.
They didn't like live there, but they lived on the land.
The land. And one is a guy that looks a lot like the bad guy in the first Men in Black that has the tight ass skin and the overalls.
Yeah.
That's what I saw every time I saw this dude. I was like, sugar.
Yeah.
Water.
So
that's all I saw.
His wife like cheated on him.
So he killed her with an axe.
And then was it her mom that he killed?
Yeah, I think
also?
so
he killed her and
he killed him so bad that they turned into really shitty looking CGI.
Yeah, they really did. So the mirror that they took to the trash is now in the attic, and it's like calling to Judy. Judy, girl, come on. You know that ain't your mom calling you. She told you to go down and stay out of the upstairs.
A lot of this, and I get this is, inspired by true events and based on a true story or what have you. A lot of this mirror shit reminded me of Oculus and the lesser glass.
Yeah.
A lot of lesser glass I got off of this. And I kept thinking about a much better movie like Oculus the whole time. But, okay, now this part.
I didn't hate this part.
She didn't.
I actually like this
There's
part.
a giant, and I mean like giant Annabelle doll.
And I love how like she's like breaking, like, I don't know, like standing up, like getting all like situated like a doll. Like I thought that was pretty cool. I like that part.
This was fucking stupid.
Not to me.
I love you so much, and I love your brain and your body and your mind, but this was stupid. Like, I thought this looked so bad. You have like a fucking 12-foot tall Annabelle doll chasing
I liked
Judy.
The big Annabelle doll. And I liked the way Annabelle looked in this movie too.
Annabelle
she looked badass.
Yeah, she did.
So Judy ends up getting possessed, and is like, I don't know, going through the house all possessed.
Now we're getting the typical Conjuring possession story stuff here. So at this point, Judy, being possessed, pushes Lorraine into the basement, and the ghosts are down there with her, and like one chases her with an axe for a little bit, and then it doesn't last long because Tommy just like kills. Oh wait, is it Tommy? Tony?
It's Tony.
Tony.
We know it's Tony.
Tony saves her, but there is a cool part here where Lorraine falls into a big ass puddle of blood, and it was pretty cool. I like I said, there's another scene with a lot of blood in the sink.
It does not look good.
That did not look good. This part looked good. But a lot of this was just like the most cliche dumb attempted jump scares, and
Yeah.
like the sink won't drain, so she reaches her hand into the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Like it's just like dumb cliche shit that we've seen
We've already
a
done
thousand
this
times.
1,000 times.
Or like here where she gets pushed into the basement and she doesn't run right back up the stairs. She starts walking around. There was a part earlier in the movie where the lady's downstairs in her basement doing laundry, sees the ghost, and goes and turns the light on. And I looked at Ash and I was like, why the fuck didn't she turn the light on when she went downstairs in the first fucking place?
Because it was just a picture of a cowboy.
Yeah, it was John Wayne.
It was John Wayne.
Cowboy.
It was the cowboy.
Grandpa Frank was looking down at you just now like, did you just call him a cowboy?
He's the cowboy. So we find out that the mirror, it actually has always wanted Judy. So, in the beginning when she was pregnant and she touched it and then she was brought back. Because we didn't say this, that one of the demons or whatever was actually in the hospital room when she gave birth. When she's possessed, she hangs herself, and Tony and Daddy Ed are trying to cut her down.
They finally do, and they save her right in the nick of time once again.
Like when she was a baby.
Yeah. So Judy, Ed, and Lorraine. One thing I did think was cool here is this is the first time they did this in the film, when they're looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
They see their own reflections demonized.
Their younger self reflection. So like what they seen of them like back then.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is what the image the mirror captured was. And Tommy is on the ground.
Like underneath. His name is fucking Tony. It's Tony.
The mirror is on his neck, and the young Ed reflection's like, you're gonna watch him die, and it's pulling him by his neck. Ed saves Tommy in the nick of time.
Tony. He saves Tony. So it ends with Judy and Tony. They're getting married.
Well, hold on. When they do destroy the mirror,
Yeah.
they take it back to the trophy room.
Yeah, they do take it back to the trophy room.
And this is where Ed gives Tony, I can call him by his name now because he's earned Ed's respect.
He's part of the family now because he throws the keys.
Ed gives him the keys to the room. He's like, here you go. Now,
but he was kind of obsessed with the Annabelle doll. You see how he looked at it?
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit.
Yeah. So it ends with Judy and Tony. They're getting married, and a lot of the different people
cool as shit.
from them helping in the past was actually there at the wedding, and I love that.
James Wan, writer director's in there.
There was cameos, and it was just really great.
And then here's where we talked about earlier how I call bullshit
too. This whole scene was an emotional.
Well, because Lorraine was talking about how they got older and seeing their grandkids.
And just it felt warm and comfortable.
Which is, if you've been with your partner for 20 years, this part hit kind of hard.
Yeah.
You were like, I see, getting old and spending the rest of my life with just you. Mm-hmm. And that was a really sweet moment.
Spoiling your grandkids someday.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait for that. I can, but I can't.
Oh, I can too.
So like I said, I think that they are going to try to make some films with Tony and Judy maybe.
They could, but I think
they definitely at the end have a title crawl talking about Ed's death. Lorraine never got remarried. She passed away.
She took care of him too. He had a stroke, and she took care of him.
So I mean, this is definitely a definitive end for Ed and
Lorraine's story.
But I do think they could continue the Conjuring franchise in some other direction. But for this movie, I'm going to be honest with you. This is my least favorite movie of the main Conjuring franchise. I actually did like The Devil Made Me Do It more than I liked this one. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. I've seen much worse movies even this year, but I was still pretty disappointed with the product that we got, and I'm starting to really lose trust in Michael Chavez. I didn't like The Nun, but I loved what he did with the cinematography.
Yeah,
but
fucking movie.
And I really think that's his best film,
Tricked
and it's
me.
just because of the cinematography of that film.
Nun?
I think that's probably cinematography-wise the best he's ever done, and I was hoping for more like that. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5.
I gave it a 3 out of 5, and honestly, just the sheer fact of Patrick Wilson, he's amazing, and I love their chemistry together. They're so great.
If Stephen Coulter would have survived that, I gave it a 3 too.
Yeah, and it was very emotional, and I like that it had a happy, definitive end. Mm-hmm. They could have left it open, but they didn't. So
this is the definitive end for Ed and Lorraine.
Yeah,
for sure. So let us know in the comments, guys. What were your thoughts on The Conjuring: Last Rites? If they were to continue this franchise, what direction would you like to see them go? We would love to know. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.